Hey, what is happening guys? Stream Your Mind here, and today we are going to rank the top 10 best bosses in the Soulsborne series. I will not be including Elden Ring nor Sekiro in this list, as Elden Ring has so many bosses and variants of them that it would need a list all on its own. And Sekiro, well, it isn't a really traditional Souls game. I also will be limiting the number of bosses from each game to 3, which means I will only choose a maximum of 3 bosses per game, and I have to include at least one boss from every game, so Dark Souls 2 has a fair chance. I will not include the bosses from the DLC because those are usually the best bosses in this game, so I will reserve a video just for them. But before we get into this, I would love it if you could press that subscribe button. It really does help the channel more than you know. Also, once you're finished watching this video, why not take a look at my challenge run videos that you can find on my channel. I just beat Dark Souls 3 Soul Level 1 for the first time, and it's definitely one of my best works so far. And without further ado, let's get straight into this.
Number 10.
Coming in at number 10 is the Firesage Demon. This is such a unique boss, never been recycled, and it's definitely a good designed boss all around. With a staggering 4 moves, his complicated mechanics, like for example being made of fire, having fire in its name, and still being weak to fire, makes this boss such a refreshing experience just before entering the best area of the game.
Number 9.
Number 9 is the Witches of Hemwick. Such an original concept. Definitely one of the hardest but most rewarding bosses in the base game. The way they walk at 1 mile per hour in a game famous for its speed of combat makes it for a nice change of pace that every Bloodborne player desired. If you get 0 insight, you can also fight them 2-on-1, making the fight exhilaratingly tense. Definitely one of the bosses of all time.
Number 8.
At number 8 we find Warden. He got bling blings like a rapper, has terrible breath that will kill you instantly, and it's at the end of one of the best areas in the game. Unfortunately, it is followed by the worst and ugliest area, so I knocked a few points down, otherwise he would be higher on this list.
Number 7.
Number 7 is the Greatwood. We have, yet again, another boss from Dark Souls 3, which is often referred to as the game with the best bosses in the series and in the Soulsborne games in general. As I said in my Dark Souls 3 without rolling challenge video, I just love tickling the tree's giant testicle with my poke and stick. Such a rewarding feeling.
Number 6.
Coming in hot at number 6, we got Moonlight Butterfly. Regarded by many as the hardest boss in Dark Souls 1, harder than Magus for sure, the Moonlight Butterfly with its elegant design, complicated attack patterns consisting of 3 attacks makes up for a tense fight. The boss even taunts you by staying in place doing nothing for like 10 seconds just to allow you to have a false sense of security before exploding harder than the bombs of Hiroshima.
Number 5.
Entering the top 5, we have the Prowling, Magus, and Congregation. I am so glad the developers of Dark Souls 2 saw the gang fights they created in the levels and areas of the game and transformed it into an actual boss with a health bar and everything. It really does translate to a fun and challenging boss fight where the challenge is not to fall asleep from the excitement. The developers were so proud of this creation that they actually give you a Titanite slab once you beat this amazing boss, and this goes to show how much love and passion went into creating this amazing boss fight. No wonder it fits perfectly in top 5.
Number 4.
Number 4, we got the Demon of Song. I still cannot believe they put Pepe the Frog in a Dark Souls game, and only for that reason it deserves a high spot on this list. The fight itself isn't anything special, but it's the boss right after the most balanced area of the game, a Shrine of Amana, which is a lovely lagoon with 0 bullshit culminating with one of the most legendary memes in the history of humanity.
Number 3.
At number 3, we got the Deacons of the Deep. Another classic boss from Dark Souls 3, definitely the most underrated. It's a DPS check, but if hitting your local priest with a stick has been your childhood dream like it's been for me, well, you see why I placed these dudes in 3rd place.
Number 2.
Alright, and number 2, we have the Bed of Chaos. Definitely one of the coolest designed bosses in the entire franchise. Hell, in all of gaming. Even Miyazaki said that this is the best boss they've ever created. Heck, I'd even call this a masterpiece of a boss. I mean, who doesn't love to platform in a game where movement is extremely limited? Sprinkle that with some RNGesus and you have yourself the best combination of well thought out decisions in the industry. And it also serves as the perfect cherry on top for everyone's favorite area in the game. We definitely need something like it in the upcoming Elden Ring DLC.
Number 1.
And the number 1 best boss in the Soulsborne series is